somebody behind the scenes of this show recognizes Tidbitbo. On tonight's Kurt's Widow's Bay Blurbs. What up, lunatics? Kurt Bunny here, hot off a peepin' the first 3 eps of Widow's Bay on AppleTV, starring Rhys and many, many, many dope others. I am riding high on this baby right now. Let the blurbs begin. Blurb number 1. This is my shit. I love this show. I knew I was going to dig it by the end of the pilot, but it was set in stone. End of episode 2, I was like, okay, this is in the wheelhouse. This was designed for K-Money. Keep bringing it, please. Here's the basic premise. It's like the movie Jaws, but if it was a TV show and it was from the mayor's perspective.
I don't think you appreciate the gut reaction people have to these things.
And instead of sharks that the townspeople are afraid of, it's ghosts.
If people can't swim here, they'll be glad to swim at the beaches of Cape Cod. Cape Cod.
So take that premise, add a very Stephen King-esque font for this title here. Very early Stephen King, which is, and a Drew Struzan-inspired poster, also. Then you take that and you sprinkle on the dark comedy and horror vibes of the Burbs, along with some local flavor and setting for Murder, She Wrote. Because, I mean, Widow's Bay is Cabot Cove, for sure. You do all that and boom, you got yourself a show tailor-made for K-Mon. And that's all before taking into account the excellent cast we got here for blurb number 2. Rhys, beloved television actor, most recently seen in The Beast in Me. He was great in that.
Don't let me down.
And he's great in this, even if I don't particularly like him all the time. I think that's a strength, though. Something about that is very Burbsian, but I'm going to get to that in a little bit. And another face you're going to recognize is Stephen Root here as Wick, the crazy Ralph of this show. Except for he's not crazy, because what he says is true. This town is totally haunted. Sound the alarm.
Please, just give me a couple hours.
We don't have that kind of time.
We don't have that kind of time.
I mean, look, if all this guy had given to pop culture was Jimmy James on news radio, I would still say his name with reverence.
Stephen Root.
But the fact that he is a bright, shining star in so many other classic bits. It's the dude is unmatched, and his presence here on the show is just so friggin' good.
I don't understand. How do you die?
She crawls into your bed and sits on your face.
There's some fun overlap with the lesser knowns, too. You might not know their names. You see their face, though, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. These 2 ladies. We got one who works in the office with Tom, and one who also works at, like, the town museum, where she is pro Birdie Witches at the stake.
And I was just about to show Arthur the witch trial. Yeah, great source of pride. We caught him. We burned him.
You know what? You know what, Jerry?
Oh my God, that should go in my yucks blurb later, but I'll just get that out of the way now. Friggin' dyad, which is like, so we caught him. We burned him up. Oh my God, so good. Anyway, she's awesome. These 2 ladies were on My Name is Earl. We got friggin' Patty and Earl's mom here, so that's dope.
I tried, Earl, I did. Towards the end, I even pulled out my good boo.
Then boom, episode 2 happens, and we've got ourselves a nice little Righteous Gemstones reunion. It's funny to see this dude play like a local tough guy townie here. Like he's got all this attitude and he's gruff and blah, blah, blah.
He's not going to spend the whole night there.
When on Gemstones, like no one was more of a cuck and a whipping post.
Please stop crying, Chad. It's making me feel odd in here.
He plays a scary FBI dude in early Stranger Things as well.
Trouble with your car, miss? I can give you 2 a lift if you like.
Guy's got range. And Tim Baltz is the other guest of the hotel that Tom has to stay one night in. And he'll eventually reveal himself to be the clown killer.
That clown killer of 51.
Oh, yeah. This was a guy who killed clowns?
No, it was a murderer who dressed as a clown.
Sorry.
Duh, Tom. Now, I put other guest in quotes, and that's because as you're watching this ep, you're going, oh, this dude's a friggin' ghost. One, the way he's dressed. Also, because nobody's supposed to stay there.
The innkeeper didn't tell me anyone else would be here.
Does he usually announce guests to each other?
This ain't no guest. It's a ghost, okay? And I saw a review of this show that said it was predictable. The word predictable, it feels negative, but I feel like it's a positive in this sense, because yes, we all knew that Tim Baltz was the ghost. Was he going to be the clown killer? That was a fun surprise. Oh my God, he's so freaky with his legs out there in the opening of the crawl space. Like, hey, need any help in there?
Need some help in there?
What? No.
Oh my God, so freaky. Anyway, even though knowing this guy is a ghost, we don't care because it's such a fun ride to get there. It doesn't matter that we knew how it was ultimately going to end. One, they've got these awesome little jump scares, and it's like as quick as they do a jump scare, it's over, and we're talking to him.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you? What are you doing here?
It's not like another show that I talked about this year. They love milking a silhouette. Not Widow's Bay. In and out. Now, Baltz, of course, played BJ on Gemstones. And I pity the Kurt who has to edit this later and pick out just one clip of BJ being funny. I mean, that's going to be a tough call.
Enjoy the rest of your Outback Steakhouse meal, Judy. Good eye.
He's also tied into my next blurb, blurb number 3. Now that's what I call Burbs in. The Burbs vibes on Widow's Bay are insane. I can't say it enough, okay? This show is nailing it. It's nailing it weird humor-wise. It's nailing it horror-wise. It's nailing it music-wise. I mean, there is some JG flavor in here. Easy. Like the from Ray's friggin' nightmare. Look, I hate to invoke the train wreck that is the 2026 Burbs TV show, only to throw it under the bus immediately, but that's what I'm going to do. You may remember episode 4. We take a slight detour to maybe suspect that it's Keke Palmer's husband. He's the killer.
What are you doing here?
End of episode. Husband's pissed. What are you doing down here in my bunker, dude? Uh-oh, is he the killer? The next episode starts. He's not the killer. Of course not. We knew that when the ep ended. So you take that. There's no good ending for this nothing show. It's just a time waster fake out to get us to our next big disappointment. Meanwhile, in Widow's Bay, they got so many friggin' banging plot lines. They're burning through them. The first 2 eps, I swear there are 2 moments towards the end of the ep. They could go out on this. This could have been the cliffhanger for episode 1 or episode 2. And they're like, nah, don't worry. You're going to see the fallout from this moment, and then something crazy is going to happen right after it, and that'll be our cliffhanger. They do it twice. Episode 1, this wide-eyed zombie ghost attacks Tom. That would be the ending of the pilot to a lesser show. Here, we see the attack, we see the aftermath, then the episode ends on what we think is going to be an Attack of the Fog. I mean, talk about classics again. This is very John Carpenter's. Better than John Carpenter's The Fog, actually.
There's something in the fog!
Anyway, it's a big fake out. You'd think wide-eyed zombie ghost attacking, that'd be the end of that.
No.
The real end is the reveal of this electric chair. Woo! You think for sure the end of episode 2 is after the clown killer reveals himself and attacks him in the crawl space. But no.
No.
We see the next morning, we see him on the footage talking to no one, playing a game with no one. These friggin' games they were playing, God, okay, I'm sorry this is a long one, but the games he was pulling out were so funny. The teeth one, and it was just like a pliers. And then the cards, oh my God, the cards that were called Run. And it just said, not yet, not yet, not yet, run! Oh my God, it's so good. And then they reveal that, oh yeah, time is different in the captain's suite.
I thought we said 10 seconds.
Well, it was 10. How long do you think you were in there?
10 seconds.
Forget worrying about whether Tim Baltz is a ghost or not. Friggin' Neil Casey here, he's keeping something from us. He spent way longer than 30 seconds in here. I mean, tore the place up.
What the hell is this?
But what makes it funny, he's the friggin' innkeeper, okay? He doesn't want anybody thinking this place is haunted.
You don't bring the bags in for the guests?
So good. And that innkeeper, whose name is Kurt, so obviously this character is cool guy coded, and he's played by Neil Casey, who I know from Ghostbusters Answer the Call from 2016, an excellent Ghostbusters movie that I loved, and also was written by Katie Dippold, who created Widow's Bay. So boom, another connection. Katie Dippold's a rock star. Plus Jeff Hiller, just making his way through Apple TV, Prestige TV. First BLURBS, now Widow's Bay. And I think he has a much bigger role on here. I mean, dude's face is on the poster, okay? So yeah, awesome for him. Blurb number 4, The Yucks Delivered, Part 1. We're only 3 episodes in. Already we've got a handful of running gags that I look forward to seeing pop up. Like Kathy, who works at the restaurant and Tom hates, with good reason.
Table by the window, and no Kathy. Thank you. Good. You were. Damn it, God, Kathy, that's not water.
Jesus Christ, Kathy!
Kathy bagged this?
No. Oh my God, you hate this woman.
No, I don't.
Thank you, Kathy.
So Kathy sucks, got it. Then there's Patricia, who is the mayor's number 2, played by Kate O'Flynn.
Was she attractive?
I didn't notice one way or the other.
How old was she?
She was age appropriate.
What an odd way to describe someone who you're just giving a ride.
Who I know from the criminally underappreciated HBO miniseries, The Landscapers. It was a true story about this older couple that like buried her parents in the garden, and we're also huge fans of Gerard Depardieu and would send him fan letters and stuff. So that's worth your time.
We've just received a tip. There are 2 bodies buried in a back garden in a house in Mansfield.
And speaking of underappreciated, Patricia is very underappreciated by Tom here and by the town, and it's pretty funny when it rears its head because it's a bunch. Already, Tom is kind of a dick to her a few times.
I heard it helps if you speak with them.
I think that's comas.
I apologize for wasting his time, Tom.
Come on.
Almost everything he says to her is awful. You're like, dude, shut up.
I still sleep with the dresser in front of my door.
But he murdered teenage girls. You're in your 40s, you'd be fine.
I mean, honestly, let's be real. He kind of has Doc Robbie vibes with some of his cluelessness.
Is this a panic attack because of your mommy issues?
Oh, hey, also in this scene, catch that shark there on the chalkboard. That, my friends, guaranteed 1,000% is a reference to the movie Jaws. The scene where Quint scratches the chalkboard. In the background is this hilarious drawing of a shark. So I guarantee they drew this shark as a direct homage to that scene from Jaws. And guess what? I love it. Future Kurt here with something so cool, I had to stop things down for a minute. So you know how, like, I'm talking a lot of Jaws in here, right? About the mayor and the chalkboard. Well, there I am watching Ghostbusters Answer the Call to look for good clips for the blurbs. And all of a sudden I hear this little joke.
Please don't be like the mayor in Jaws.
And never compare me to the Jaws mayor. Never!
Mayor from Jaws talk in this movie, written by the creator of Widow's Bay. The show Kurt Money compared to the mayor from Jaws, but just minutes ago. That's cool, right? Well, future Kurt thinks so. Back to it. Another runner that I hope to see more of is that the Doctor is very sensitive and super touchy. Like, if you ask one follow-up cue, he's like, oh, look at Mr. WebMD.
Saltwater good for wounds?
Remind me, where did you get your MD?
I'm not doing this with you again. I had to swim today. I have to go in the ocean.
You did your residency with Dr. MacArthur.
Stop
right?
it.
My God, he's so funny when he cannot stand. He clearly friggin' hates Tom. And my God, this delivery on, well, not me. Well, then who else, dude? You're here checking me out. Why would you ask me if it's an animal bite if you're not thinking that it is in this moment?
You sure this wasn't an animal that did this to you?
No. What? Why? Does it look like an animal wound?
Not to me.
Then why would you... Oh.
Also, you can bet we're going to see his character again because you heard it here. He said, Tom, you cannot swim with this on, so don't do it.
I can still swim in the ocean with this, right?
Of course you can't.
And what's Tom do? He goes swimming and almost gets caught by a sea hag. Then later it's bleeding and it like really hurts, right? So I would not be surprised if the next episode opens with him back at the doctor's office and they're looking at his open wound and he's going, I told you not to go swimming. Also, I hope we get a reveal of what's underneath the wrap too. Uh-oh. Get ready, here comes another Pit reference. I hope when they take off the bandage, his arm looks like Digby's, full of maggots.
I see you brought some friends.
Blurb number 5, The Yucks Delivered, Part 2. This is the blurb where I just do a little bit of scene setup and let the joke play. Like, I don't know how to talk about these when my only insight is, this is pretty funny, right? Truly, dying laughing at this. Tom watching this local show, and the host says, here, come with me.
Come with me. I'll show you around.
And we just watched that walk happen. He just stays in it. And we look at Tom, we're looking at him walking. Oh my God, was I dying at this. This is K-Money humor to a T, okay? They do it again, kind of in episode 3, same thing with a joke in world of the TV that they're watching. They're watching some show and the guy's like, we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us for Richard Warren's journey from humble tradesman.
And he turns to walk out the door, but it's locked. So he just stands there while the credits are rolling. Oh my God, same laugh out of me. Oh my God, also Tom watching the dude on the binocs, being super impatient with him.
No rush, Garrett. Take your time.
Like, he cannot believe how slow the guy's going, and then he has to stop, double back to get something he forgot. Woo! Big laugh from me. So funny, and I liked seeing Tom flustered. And that brings me to blurb number 6, Ray Peterson vibes. I've been talking the Burbs up. I definitely see a lot of Ray Peterson, Tom Hanks' character, in Matthew Rhys's mayor character here. In that, kind of sometimes I don't like him, and I think he's kind of a dick. And also, it's best when he gets flustered and can't handle the people around him. I mean, that's happening to Tom left and right in this town. Everybody.
Just want to know if you talked to Mitch. I don't want any gossip, not today.
And you won't get any from me.
Great.
But apparently there's no age limit on syphilis.
Jesus Christ.
By the end of episode 3, I love that he's on board with the town coup. Stephen Root. He agrees Widow's Bay is haunted, and they got to team up and figure out what the hell is going on.
Why is this happening?
Actually, I absolutely love the end of episode 3. It was the exact ending I wanted and the ending I needed to calm down any worries I have or any potential brewing gripes. And believe me, there was only one. There's only one gripe that was potential. And that was, I'm sitting here going, okay, you thought it was the fog. It wasn't the fog. A clown ghost came after you, but then you woke up like it was nothing. And now that you've got the sea hag rolling after you, yeah, she looks like she's coming into the tub, but if this just cuts to you waking up or your son coming home and like he doesn't see anything, I was gonna be kind of pissed. Because it's like, I don't want this to just be each week. It's like funny how spooked he gets, but then nobody else sees it and stuff. I like here, no, Stephen Root comes in to save today, blast that ghost with a shotgun. Which means they're real. They're freaking corporeal. Like they're physical beings that we can kill with a bullet. I love that. Because that's like the biggest thing with ghost stories. Ghost stories, I feel like, always have that in their back pocket of like, well, we could say anything did happen or didn't happen. That's the beauty. It's a ghost story. Ooh. Well, not for me, okay? I like my scares real, and I like when they do happen in the movie, and not when we have to sit there and go, oh, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I love that. And now it's time to friggin' roll. I was already letting out a sigh of relief earlier when the hag scratched his arm during the hitchhiking, and then we see that he does have a cut after that. I was so glad there was actual physical cut here, because again, I've got no time for just a bunch of like, I swear a ghost is after me. Okay, crazy dude, where's your proof? I don't see anything. But here, what's he got on his arm there? Sign of a struggle.
Signs of a struggle.
Boom, nailed it. So when the ghost was crawling up the tub, I'm kind of like, if this just like cuts the next day and his socks are wet or something, like I'm gonna be pissed. Like enough of this cutesy stuff. But no, this sea hag is real and it can get got. I'm relieved to say that just proves that this show is so much more than that. Things are happening, teams are forming, ghosts will be busted.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And I'm gonna talk about it each week here on the Blurbs about every new ep of Widow's Bay. But that is no excuse to not watch the Burbs.
The Burbs.
Besides the Burbsian vibes I've already described, there's even more Burbs type moments. Like one, when the cop is taking down notes and stuff. He writes down when he's talking with the ghost, says, feels damp. Like the ghost looks like she might be damp. Be funny. And also, of course, it sure was damp today. Okay, so that's a Burbs boom.
Sure was damp today.
And then also when Wick and Tom are sitting around this one overhead light and they're chanting and they're talking about stuff.
Let's say farewell to Ensign Tragg. He went to shore and met the hag.
You know that's very Burbsian. And you know what scene I'm talking about? This one.
I want to kill everyone.
Satan is good. Satan is a pal. This is a Burb shirt. Bam. Can you see it? I hope so. Watch Widow's Bay. I love it. Watch the Burbs. I love it. And before you go to bed tonight, just please recognize Tibitbo.